Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have had a top 30 visit with Texas running back Jonathan Brooks. Now, this was per NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, but as always, this list was compiled by our friends over at pewterreport.com. And Jonathan Brooks is expected to be one of the top, if not the top, running back prospect in the entirety of this upcoming NFL draft. 6 feet tall, 216 pounds. Is projected to go in round 2 or in round 3. His NFL comparison, at least according to Lance Zierlein of NFL.com, is Jamal Charles. That's a pretty, hefty, bold comparison, let's say, right? That shouldn't be taken lightly, comparing Jonathan Brooks to Jamal Charles here. Now, Brooks did not do anything at the NFL Combine, as we know, but you take a look at what he did throughout his collegiate career, and there's a lot to like, especially in the 2023 season, where he had 1,139 rushing yards on 187 carries and 10 rushing touchdowns. Now, he did miss the end of the season due to a torn ACL. That is why he did not do anything at the NFL Combine, and there's been a lot of on the field and just tragedy for Brooks with his torn ACL, and then even off the field, his father had passed away in March of 2022, so just off the field tragedy as well. Brooks has had to overcome a lot, right? A lot of different types of things, and I think that he really is just a really interesting, strong prospect, right? Second team All Big 12 Conference in 2023. In 2022, played 7 games as a reserve. He's only had 1 year as a starter at the collegiate level, which some people may say is a bad thing, but he was playing behind Bijan Robinson that year and Roschon Johnson. Bijan Robinson, obviously, was the number 8 overall pick to the Atlanta Falcons. Roschon Johnson was a 4th-round pick by the Bears. So, really, that's not necessarily what I would say Jonathan Brooks' fault under any circumstances. He still had 5 touchdowns in that 2022 season as well. A lot of people are going to be concerned with the injury, understandably so. It takes a long time to recover from a torn ACL. In fact, would Jonathan Brooks even be ready for, I'm not even going to say the starting portions of the upcoming 2024 season, but the entirety of the 2024 season? I don't know. You've seen prospects before have a situation like this where they're essentially redshirted their first year in the NFL. Jonathan Brooks could certainly have a scenario like that. So why would the Bucs bring him in for a top 30 visit? Well, I think this all falls in line of if he falls, right? Right now he's projected to be a 2nd or 3rd round draft pick. I believe that a lot of that is because of those injury concerns with that torn ACL. You take a look at Pro Football Focus's big board. He's coming in at number 56. So there is a lot to like with Brooks, but I do understand the concern of that ACL tear injury. It is completely reasonable and understandable to be cautious and wary of that injury, especially considering it happened so recently, right? That is a really, really big deal. And given where the Bucs are right now, not even just at the running back position, but in the entire makeup of their team as a whole, do you want to see Jonathan Brooks in the 2nd or 3rd round? To me, it would feel like a luxury pick. You still have such an intense need at your interior offensive line. You still have such a need at your edge rusher position as well. Whereas at the running back position, you have Rachaad White, who was a great running back for you this previous year, was basically all 1,000-yard rusher. You did just re-sign Chase Edmonds to be back in the mix as well. I think ultimately the possible game plan that would make sense for the Bucs, which I don't know if this is going to ultimately be what they end up doing, but it's what would make sense to me, is getting a running back in, let's say, round 5 or round 6. Somebody to be in that mix as a backup running back to battle up against Chase Edmonds and whatnot, but ultimately be more of a power guy, be more of a guy who can be there in relief of Rachaad White and possibly even Chase Edmonds as well whenever both those guys need a breather. Now, Brooks has good size, 6 feet tall, 216 pounds, but the Bucs have had some interest in some other running backs already also. Ray Davis is a really good example. He is essentially a bowling ball from Kentucky. He has that connection to Liam Cohen, the Bucs' current offensive coordinator as well, who was the head coach of Kentucky last year. He's projected to be more of a late round running back, and I believe something like that would make more sense than possibly taking a running back early here in Jonathan Brooks. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this down in the comments section below. I would love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.